it's just, man, I just thank God for sparing me, bro. Like, that's why I can't take that for granted.
Right.
Cause he ain't spare all my partners. You know what I'm saying? And he spared me and it's for a purpose, bro. So early in them early stages, it was tough. My last partner who killed himself easy, man, when he died, I ain't cried from death in so long because, I thought I was numb to it.
Yeah.
I thought I was. And when Easy died, he had just tried to pull up on me, but I don't move like that no more.
What's up, my people? What's up, my babies? What's up, my loves? Look, check this out. Before we get to the young legend that we got in the building today, I want to take this time to send my deepest and sincerest condolences to the Lacey family. Um, Suicide is not something that we take lightly. Me being somebody that has suffered from 6 attempts myself, my heart goes out to that kid. That is just such a very, very tragic situation. Mental health is real. I encourage any and everybody, you, people you know, people you love, if you are struggling, please reach out. So again, for me and the Built by the Red Stick family, along with Ken Ray Media Group, we send our deepest, saddest, sincerest condolences to the Lacey family. I mean, it's deeper than the game. This is real life. You know, he was a standout player at his high school. He was a standout player at LSU. He'll go down as an LSU legend. But more importantly, he was somebody's son. He was somebody's brother. He was somebody's uncle. And he's no longer with us. And that's just a very, very sad situation. Again, you know, we're here for anybody that need help, and this is what we do it for. This is why we created this platform, and we just so grateful that we have a media group that is that see our vision and allow us to be great. And so yes, prayers are with the Lacey family, and now. I got to shift the energy. You know, we had to go from sad to great.
Right.
You know what I mean? We had to go from that to bless. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about Joe Scott, I think about breaking generational curses. You know what I'm saying? When I think about Joe Scott, I think about leaders of the youth. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
When I think about Joe Scott, I think about strong black fathers and strong black husbands, and I think about a great musical artist. You know what I'm saying? So y'all might have heard him on I'm Joe Scott. You know what I'm saying? You might have heard him on the Book of Joe Scott, and then you might be listening to Book of Joe Scott 2 now that just dropped January. You might even see my dude live just this past Sunday, getting his live band type stuff on.
Yeah.
And you might have just seen him at school on a baseball field. Cause word having my dog was a fool on the diamond. But I want everybody to give my dude, my little bro, Joe Scott, a Built by the Red Stick hand.
Appreciate you.
Man, welcome to the building, bro.
Appreciate it.
I told you we was gonna make it happen, bro. We had to.
It's a blessing.
Man, it's a blessing having you here, bro. So for the older people that watch us that might not know, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of let them know who is Joe Scott.
Joe Scott, he a native of Baker, Louisiana.
B-Town, you know what I'm talking about?
He hold that close to his heart.
Yes, Lord.
My husband, father, son, uncle, community activist. I'm an artist. I'm just whatever I gotta do to make a difference. That's who Joe Scott is. Just somebody trying to, shine some light on the world, man.
Amazing, bro. And so you mentioned coming from B-Town. That's Baker, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
had to get my fellow Buffalo in this thing.
The biggest, man.
Yeah, the biggest, man. And so you rep Baker hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only person I know probably rep Baker harder than you is my brother-in-law, Steve.
Yeah, straight up.
Y'all be putting on for that beat.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying? I think you even got a song say you gonna ride for that beat.
Nah, for sure.
Yes, Lord. And so what gave you, I ain't gonna say the knowledge or understanding, right? So like everybody have that thing that helped them get through stuff.
Right.
It seems like music is your thing that helped you get through it. Where did you find the love for music, and when did you find out like, hey, this is what's gonna get me through? This is what's gonna, be my thing.
Man, it came at a crazy time. Like when Hurricane Katrina hit, I grew up in a house like my mama, like I grew around real love, you hear me? So when Hurricane Katrina hit, she let my great uncle, my grandma and brother come stay with us, and he brought 10 of his girlfriend family members with them. So we had like 13 people on Sinbad Street, bro. And one of the dudes was sitting outside writing a rap. He dead now, but he was sitting outside writing a rap. I had to be 9 years old, I think, '05. And he caught me staring at him. Like, man, you wanna write you one? So I wrote that rap, bro, in August 2005, and man, it's just something that I kept doing. I was having fun with it. Then my partner died my senior year in high school. You know, we had our little rap group, but I was more focused on baseball. You know, rap was just
Yeah.
something I knew I could do. So, you know, when he died, it's just something I found peace in, and it was a way to I don't want to say communicate with him, but it just was a way that I stayed connected. We just stayed connected even in the grave. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept grinding, and it just kept growing. It's still growing, bro. So it's just something that I hold close to my heart, man.
Yeah, man, you been doing your thing, man. You been putting on for a while, and I ain't realized you was 9 in 2005.
Crazy.
Man, I am old as
I know,
heck.
yeah. Hey.
But in 2000, God, dog. So let's talk about that for a second, because you know people that's from Baker, we kind of heard the story.
Yeah.
Some of us may know more about the story, but it was your cousin, I think, that
my
died at the
cousin.
party, right?
Yeah.
So kind of take us through that, because I know for me, I feel like it was a shift in your music when it
Right.
happened, right?
Yeah.
You could feel the passion. You could feel like the purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So kind of take us through that, like y'all relationship and how that affected you, you know, when it happened, and then what you're doing now to like keep those, you know, emotions.
Man, I met Krazytrey Diontrey in 6th grade. So I met him in 6th grade. We formed us a little clique. And, you know, for people who not from Louisiana, they'll refer to it as a gang.
Right.
But, you know, it was just a little clique, a little brotherhood we made at Baker Middle, man. And we shot our first video. My first video I ever shot, I was in 7th grade. And his uncle was shooting a video. My mama dropped me off at the video shoot. So when she saw his uncle, she like, boy, that's your cousin. So we went from friends to cousins.
Yeah, instantly.
And his uncle was in my mama wedding, holding me and everything. So I'm just like, man, it's crazy how the world works. But man, 5 years flew by, you know, senior year, 2 years for graduation. The week after prom, man, he was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the dude started shooting, killed 3 people. You know, a little girl, Marcel, she from Zachary. I think she was 15. You might have heard a True Bleeder.
Yeah.
Died by the mob.
Uh-huh.
His brother and Krazytrey died so close to each other, they blood collided. You hear me? So
Dang.
like, man, it just what the situation did for me, bro. It just kind of showed me that it wasn't a game out here, you know. And I'm wise above my years, bro. You know, I'm 29 years old, but I always kind of had an old soul. So when that happened, I was already kind of getting out of the. Man, we used to be thugging, bro. People be sleep on Baker. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
It was different. You know, our city's so small, I can walk from this side of Baker to this side of Baker. So when that happened, bro, it just kind of shifted my thought process. And just sitting in class with him on Thursday, and a week later being an honorable pallbearer at his funeral, it just changed how I look at life, bro. And I ain't want to waste my talent at that point. You know,
Right.
I ain't want to talk about nothing that was worth not talking about. And, you know, as I got older, that was when I was 18 to 29, I just kept that mindset, and it's just natural, bro. It's nothing I even think of. It's nothing that I think about. It's nothing that I have to. It's not a thought, bro. It's just, at this point, it's just me. You know, and I just remind myself. I think of Nipsey Hussle. I think of all these dudes who just was shining that positive light. And I'm going through this situation now with one of my old partners. He on the blogs and stuff talking about me crazy and stuff, but I think about Nipsey Hussle. I think about these dudes who wish they could have looked over a situation, you know. So it's weird, bro. It's just something that if you know better, do better. It's just something that I learned from, and I try my best to catch people who want to come down the same path that I went down, and I just try to, you know, tell them key, man. It ain't for the weak, bro.
Man, that is so that see, this is exactly why I had to have this
Yeah,
conversation with you, right? Because especially in today's age, right, when we associate when we talk about hip hop,
yeah,
we associate that with violence.
right,
When we talk about hip hop, we associate that with drug use, distribution of drugs, you know, using women as sex objects, all the other,
right, right, right.
stereotypes that come with it. But in your case, you use it for something totally different,
Yeah,
and you brought up names like the Nipsey Hussles and, whoever else may be on that same.
right.
What is it that keeps you on that lane from falling victim to, because it's selling,
Oh yeah,
right? The other side of hip hop is selling. Like,
yeah,
I guarantee you, if you started
yeah,
talking about those
yeah.
things, you'll probably blow up way quicker than
My
you
best,
already.
one of my best friends, Fredo Bang.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
You know
I
what
was
I'm
gonna
saying?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that, but I didn't know if that's what you was talking
yeah,
about was in the
yeah,
blogs.
yeah. But nah, not him.
Okay,
It's one of
okay,
our
cool.
old
Oh,
friends. Yeah,
all right,
he
good.
actually
Phew.
in the blogs about me and Fredo. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
okay,
So
okay,
you
okay.
know, it's
So
just
so I'm gonna get to. I was gonna leave that
yeah,
alone. I wasn't gonna touch
no,
that.
no.
So and okay, now you brought that up. We could tie that in together. Fredo.
Yeah,
We listen to Fredo music.
yeah,
We know what Fredo talk about, but at the same time, I know the relationship that y'all got too.
right,
So what is keeping you grounded to not? I mean, you spoke about having that mindset,
yeah.
but what is keeping that mindset polished?
Uh, one of the main things for me, and like I ain't no Christian rapper. I talk my talk, but I was a baseball player. I played baseball in college, bro. I played
Same.
at a high level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when I dropped out of college and moved to Atlanta in 2016, and my daddy realized that I was really trying to be a rapper. My daddy, a man, he talk, but when it's something real, he ain't no big talker. Like when he when he spit it to you, it's gonna be something short and it's gonna
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
And all he told me was, if you gonna rap, stay true to yourself. Simple. And I don't want to do nothing but make my mama proud and my daddy proud and be a good father and a good husband, good brother, uncle. Them my goals. My main goal is to be a grandfather, a great grandfather.
You're right.
All
And
this
see
other
your
stuff.
kids
Yeah,
grow
all this
and
other
grow.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's extra. Me
Yeah.
being able to be a rapper and all that's extra. Because the main goal is I want to lead my seeds to success. I want to set them up for success. So just knowing that, bro, and just seeing people who done fell victim, that's really what keep me straight. Cause I watch it. I watch my partners. I watch that casket close. I watch that last little peek of their face when that casket close and it's over with.
Yeah.
And so it ain't hard to stay focused for me because I know the end goal. And I was talking to Big Steve yesterday, and I referenced Nipsey Hussle, and we was just running it, big brother, little brother talk, and just, man, stay focused on your main goal. Everything, I realize all this extra. Me being on this podcast, this extra, this a blessing for me, you know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. For sure.
it's easy to stay focused because I watch so many stories come to an end that ain't have to come to an end by losing just that blink of an eye, just that instinct, making the wrong decision. Life over with. You in jail for life. You hear me? You strung out on drugs for life. Ain't no shaking back. Ain't no coming back. So I watched all these situations and I will not fall a victim in that wreck. I won't.
Man, that's so powerful, man. And I wish, more of our youngsters would have that same mentality, man.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I ain't been that close with that many artists or friends that died to street
Yeah.
violence. But I have lost a lot of people close to me due to
Right.
drug
Look,
overdose and, like, you
let
know
me
what I'm
tell you what's
saying?
crazy, bro. Let me tell you what's crazy. I'm gonna go from seventh grade. My seventh grade when we start rapping, it was me, my partner Krazytrey, my partner Cortland, my partner Ezels. G Money he had his own thing going, but I can count him in. Fredo came in 10th grade. Out all the people I just named, and my partner Latrell. Me and Latrell the only ones still living. And Latrell the barber now. Ezell killed himself in 2023, shot himself in the head. Cortland died on Daniel Street across from Buffalo Food Mart
I remember that.
in 2014. That's
Yeah.
January 2014. Krazytrey died March 29, 2014. So two of my best friends died in the last semester of senior year, so it's just, hey, And I'm just carrying that torch, but I'm carrying it with pride and dignity. Like I'm not just carrying it to say I'm still carrying it. I'm carrying it, not like at the end of the day, I want to make myself proud.
Man, that's
You know what I'm saying? And by me making myself proud with the morals I got, I'm gonna make everybody proud.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I watched some stories end, bro, that ain't have to end, dog. But it's God's timing. That's just my way of viewing it. I feel like they didn't have to end, but it was already written. But I also feel like God give you I think Nipsey no, Kendrick said it. How God give you your own mind, that you make your own choices and live with it.
Yep.
So I feel like everybody got a A and a B. If this morning I could have hit my blunt, I woke up, I went running. I could have woke up, drunk my coffee, and hit my blunt. So I had the choice to make this morning. I feel like all day we have choices. I had the choices to be here on time. I was a few minutes late.
Yeah, but you
It's,
made it though.
I made it.
Yeah, you
You know
made
what I'm
it. You
saying?
made it.
But I just view life as all them choices, and I always try to make the right choice. I follow that heart, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with all that death around you, 2014, you lost two of your closest friends 2 months apart.
Right.
You lost people after that. Like, what did that do to like your mental health? What did that do to your thought process and your emotions and like
When
how
I
you
was
felt?
young, I thought I was next.
Yeah.
Because they say death come in threes.
Right.
And I lost two friends, and I was just praying to God that I wasn't next, bro. It was scary. I used to be scared to go to sleep because I just felt like I didn't know how this was gonna go because all I'm hearing, all these rappers, the music I'm listening to, I forgot, was it The Game Here? Like I heard Death come in three, who next in line?
Yeah.
So when I started losing all these people, I'm just like, man, like, God, please. I used to be trying to make it to 21, brother.
Yeah.
Not that I was in the streets, because my partners wasn't in the streets. All my partners who died, I had the worst temper. So it could have easily been me. You know what I'm saying? Some of my partners' friends, mamas and stuff, I ain't even like them hanging with me just cause they knew how fast my temper was. Like, if it's an issue, we gonna get it up here right here. We
Yeah.
not gonna go. We not gonna wait.
Yeah.
About to make this shit. We gonna make something straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just, man, I just thank God for sparing me, bro. Like, that's why I can't take that for granted.
Right.
Cause he ain't spare all my partners. You know what I'm saying? And he spared me, and it's for a purpose, bro. So in them early stages, it was tough. My last partner who killed himself, Easy, man, when he died, I ain't cried from death in so long because, I thought I was numb to it.
Yeah.
I thought I was. And when Easy died, he had just tried to pull up on me, but I don't move like that no more. So you can't text me at 10 p.m. Come outside, bitch, smoke something with me.
Yeah.
I don't move like that no more.
Right.
You hit me up at 10 a.m., it's a different story. But 10 p.m., I'm in the crib. Then all the stuff going on in the streets. I thank so much. And me and Boosie got a relationship. I ain't seen him in a while, but we got a good relationship. But he told me, man, being paranoid, ain't nothing wrong with that. He said that's what got me still alive. Being paranoid. Thank you. So, when he died, bro, I kind of felt like what you wanted to pull up on me and talk about, like, cause I'm the friend, I'm the light.
Right.
So I just feel like, and I had to pray and tell God take them thoughts out my head, bro, because I felt like I could have saved my dog. But, it just be a learning process, and I take everything as a learning process so I can be able to teach, so I can be able to share these conversations to let you know, like, I would have loved to meet a Karen Lacey, like, and run it with him.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what the conversation will be about because I'm an easy person to talk to, and I'm considerate. And I done been around $100 million people. These people accept me as I'm $100 million dude.
Right.
But it's
right.
just the energy. It's the genuineness.
Yo.
If that's a word, it's the pureness, bro. So, I just, everything now, I just use it as a fuel, and I try my best to turn it into positive force, you hear me, no matter what it is.
Man, I love to hear, bro. I love to hear my youth, and I sound like an old
Nah,
uncle
see,
right
no,
now,
it
bro.
is
I
what it
never
is, bro.
thought I would be saying that, but it's very rare to find somebody at your age, you know, with that thought process in that lifestyle. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I know they have some people out
Shit,
there,
yeah. Shit,
but
yeah.
like in that lifestyle, where like you say, you had role A and you had role B.
Right.
Both roles lead to the same way, but it seems to me in your profession, you chose the harder route.
Shit, yeah.
You know, and everybody
Right.
know that. You
Right.
know, you could have went the easy way, especially having the connections that
Shit,
you
yeah.
have,
Fucking right.
man. So I commend you on that.
Appreciate it.
And so it's almost like you made a covenant with God, like a
Yeah.
pact with God, like you say, like God spare, like I don't want to go that route.
Yeah.
Like let me still be that loud, that light. Let me still, you know, talk my
Right.
talk and pop my stuff, but let me do
Right.
it like this.
Shit,
Just
yeah,
keep your
bro.
hands on me.
Shit, yeah.
And so now you a new father,
Yeah.
new to them, old to us,
Yeah.
but you a new father.
Right.
You newly married. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So how has that helped keep your focus shifted as well?
It helped tremendously, bro, because my wife, we've been together since 9th grade.
Right.
You know, we met at Baker. So I met her when I was like 9, 10. I think she told me the other day, she like, we've been knowing each other since we was 10 years old. But her, bro, she besides God, she get a lot of credit. She get the same amount of credit that my parents get for raising me because she caught me in that wild era, bro. And like your parents don't know you outside of the house as good as they think they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Mine,
just real.
mine had a rude awakening.
You know
Sorry,
what I'm saying?
Gwanda and Ronnie.
Straight up. You know, so it be like that. Man, she just man, she helped me tremendously, dog. And my little girl came. Uh that was just like the biggest blessing in the world, bro, because the like just being able to how we talking, she get to live with me.
Yeah.
So we talk like this all day. She 3. I'm asking her, how you doing? How your day at school was? She know how to pray, bro. She'll come in here and pray and thank God for these cameras. And I'm just teaching her, like, man, like, if you got that, you don't need nothing else. If
Right.
something happened to me and your mama, you straight. Because I'm teaching you who you really need. We extra. Your parents extra. My mom and daddy, that's extra. That's just a extra gift because God really the only one we really need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you really your back against the wall, and your back done been against the wall, so you
Oh
know
yeah.
that's really the only person who can help you.
Yep.
Of course, other people could be there and help motivate you and give you a few words of encouragement to get you back on that path, but the only person who can really help you is that. So they helped me just, bro, it's helped me stay focused. And you know, this new to the world and Bay, you know, I'm out here, you know, I keep it 100. I had a little boy on the way. We had a miscarriage right around when the snow hit.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I'm sorry to hear
oh
that,
yeah,
man.
man. You know, it's all a blessing through everything, brother.
Yeah.
So like, man, it was just being able to go through all that with my wife, you know, it's just all a blessing, bro, because I plan on being married to her 60 years. 60 years ain't meant to be easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
60, 70 years, that don't come with roses every day. You know, it come with, I gotta be able to, we're not gonna be the last person to go through that.
Yeah, I went through it.
You know,
I went through
so,
it in 2022.
yeah, I wanna be,
2021, I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm built. You
Yeah.
built.
Yeah.
So it's for us to go through. It's in God's will, and like we just gotta go through it, get through it. And when we went through it, bro, it was so crazy because people be saying how they faith in God, dog, and my wife made it easy because once the doctor came in there, how the doctor was moving, I was like, man, like I just feel like this is something they ain't keeping it 100 with us right now, you know. So the way she went through it, it just was like, man, like Mama had the strongest woman that's out there for me
Yeah.
because she made it easy for me. And it wasn't nothing. It wasn't her ignoring. It wasn't her acting. It was just her faith and knowing that that's God will. You hear me? So I got that kind of wife, bro. That's who make it. Me and my next album gonna be called Happy Behind the Scenes.
Okay.
I was getting my hair cut Friday. Me and Steve running it, and that just came out.
So you already working on a new album?
See how I create, and it's weird, bro. I create from conversation. And like with my Still Manifesting album, I was working in Exxon. Man, it's loud as a bit. We in that bit working, pumping some stuff out in Exxon in this tank. And me and my coworker working, and he just like, man, bro, you need to do this, man. You need that feature from Fredo. You need this, whoop de woo. You need this from Boosie. We just running it, you hear me? So in the midst of that conversation, he was like, I was just telling him my story, what I done been through. He like, man, you still manifesting. And I'm on my way home. I'm passing up like I done got on Chippewa. I'm passing up like where you get off to go to Tone is at. And I'll never forget when it hit me. I say, still manifesting. I called him. I said, bro, I just want you to know you just gave me my album name.
Yeah.
You hear me? So that's how I create. So
Yeah.
I get a name and then I start creating. Because if I start creating with no name, I have no purpose. I have no message that I really want to get across. So the next album gonna be Happy Behind the Scenes. So it might take 6 months, it might take a year, but I know that my mind about to get to working and pulling all them ideas together like that.
So what's
Welcome to Elevate, a place for people like you, built by people just like you.
We're committed to helping all elevate from the destruction of addiction.
I hope I would give somebody who's either new in recovery or that's currently struggling with addiction as today can be the last day. That you struggle the last day, that you wonder how you're going to have to chase down that drink, that fix, whatever the case may be for you.
At Elevate, we embody more than treatment. It's about passion, love, understanding, truly being your partner on your path to recovery.
Our staff treats substance abuse and co-occurring mental health disorders with a multidisciplinary approach to best fit our clients' needs. We all just embrace each other. We genuinely care, check up on each other, and it's not an act. You matter. You're more than what you've allowed yourself to assume you were.
When perseverance, hard work, and dedication meets, success happens.
At Elevate, we have a variety of programs to fit our clients' personal needs, such as intensive outpatient, and the aftercare program.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, give us a call. Elevate, do more than recover, leave a legacy.
How many albums would you like to drop a year? Because I remember in one stretch you had did like mixtape album,
Yeah.
album mixtape, or was it mixtape album?
Probably mixtape album. EP album.
Okay, yeah. See, I ain't all the way at
it's
the music
good.
scene. Yeah, the
for
EP.
sure. Yeah.
So what's what would you like to produce, or it just however you feeling, like your
It
thought
be a
process?
feel, but at this point, I'm getting older, bro. I'm 29. My next birthday, I'm gonna be 30. I'm gonna give him an album a year for sure.
Yeah,
And a lot of people, even Boosie told me one time, he like, man, all you need is one song. He like, you rap your ass out, bro. You just need one song, man. People don't be wanting to hear all that rapping. One song change your life.
yeah.
But so I'm working. It's hard. It's a hard balance, bro. I'm working on being that artist who could push that one song because I know that could really change my life.
Right.
So I'm trying to be able to push that one song, but at the same time, like my core fan base, I know they be needing to hear from me.
Yeah.
I know they be needing to hear from me because I make music that I know I need. You know, like I be listening to my music, bro. I be going through it, and I hear something and I smile. I be like, "Come on, Lester, be like you know, you spitting this." So I learned to make music for myself because I'm a real person, bro. And I feel like that's my way of letting the world, not only letting them into my life, letting them know I ain't perfect. You know, I ain't judgmental, bro. And, cause I done seen a lot within my close family. You know, I done seen people ups and downs, that they highs, that they lows. So I just, an album a year. When I get that bag, ain't no telling though. Ain't no telling. But
You been doing that full time, then
yeah,
it's like you
I
locked
do all
in.
this working 12s, being a daddy, being a husband,
Yeah.
traveling.
Yeah.
I got to Stop the Violence organization. I'm the co-founder of the Diontrey Claiborne Stop the Violence organization. So I'm here and there with that. So it just, once I'm able to just sit back and not have to curate everything and just make music, man, ain't no telling, bro. I never been
Yeah.
able to do that. And I done got this far.
Bruh, so years ago, man, Law was cutting my hair, Steve. That's what I call Steve, Law. He was cutting my hair, and he was like, man, you got to check my little bro out.
Yeah.
I'm like, who? He's like, man, he went to Baker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, because you know when you hear people say they rap,
Right, you,
know what I'm
hey,
saying?
I
You
already
like,
know.
all right,
I
I'ma
swear,
listen.
that's a bit.
man, I checked you out. I say, oh no, he rapping.
Yeah.
Like not like he rapping.
Real talk.
Like he ain't just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, with the no, like
Yeah.
he really saying some
talk.
stuff. So
Real talk.
so Law put me on you years ago. So the relationship with you and Fredo,
Yeah.
like has that manifested it like recently, or is that something that got strong after the death? Like, did the death bring y'all closer?
Yeah.
Because like you say, he came in 10th grade.
Yeah.
So y'all was already like established with each other.
Yeah.
Did the death of those bring y'all closer, or y'all just kind of like grew y'all on the own
Man,
understanding of each other?
We've been friends, real friends, since about 4th grade.
Okay.
So he didn't start rapping till 10th grade.
Got you. Okay.
And, so Fredo was at my 6th grade party. Like, his birthday March 29th, my birthday March 4th.
Okay.
I literally remember, was it It's Fashion in Baker by Walmart?
Yeah.
I remember going to It's Fashion, buying him a South Pole shirt for his birthday. But he bought me one first, because mine's March 4th.
Yeah.
So he came to my parties, brought me a South Pole shirt. And my mama, she big on bringing a gift regardless. But if you give me a gift, we gonna get you a gift. So, but man, after Trey died, man, we been locked in, because he played baseball too.
Mm-hmm.
So we was baseball 9th through 12th grade. And man, just having him as a friend, bro, I talked to him last night. He called me last night, but that's a relationship. And he don't like all that sentimental shit, all that. This one thing I learned about the rich niggas, bro. This one thing I learned. From Boosie to Fredo, they ain't big on, like, when you say thank you, they don't really, I guess they hear so much, and it come from not genuine places so much. It's just like, you good.
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative to have a dude in my corner, man. I done shook hands with Pharrell. Man, and it's just a genuine friendship, bro. It's just, and I try to keep it as genuine as possible, even though that, I got these dreams and aspirations of being who I'm, grinding to be. And a lot of people be like, you already that person, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's just, man, it's a blessing just being able to call him, if I need something, call him to talk. He called me to talk. Just flying to Miami, bro, just hopping on a plane, like, he brought me to, baseball our life, dog. We met Jazz Chisholm Jr. He play with the Yankees now, but he was playing with the Marlins. This ain't no regular player.
I
You hear
trust
me?
me. I know. Let
So,
them know.
yeah.
I know.
So
He's
called,
sponsored by Jordan.
yeah, he's
You
sponsored
know what I'm
by
saying?
Jordan. He signed with Rock Nation.
Uh-huh.
So, man, he called me like, what you doing? My work schedule be so crazy. He like, man, I'm going to work out with Jazz. And so I go, I'm like, that's bad. We're going to work out with Jazz. Say no more. Nah, we get there. Jazz pull up on side us, music loud. What up, Fredo? He jump out and dab him down. He dab me down. He got his customized batting gloves for us. We going there, man. I got videos of us throwing together, hitting. And he like, once he see me, he like, ooh, like, I can tell you ain't no scrub. You play
Yeah.
baseball. So, man, it's just a blessing having dude in my corner. I ain't lying, bro. Real brother. Real
Yeah.
talk.
And so a lot of people saying this, I know, but a lot of people saying this, they're going to be like, well, how is his best friend on, but he's not so-called on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, explain to them, like, how and why that is.
Yeah, it don't work like that,
Yeah.
bro, because it's kind of like, I want to give you a good example, bro. It's kind of like Big Steve having that shop. It's kind of like Big Steve having that shop, being the owner of that shop, being the owner of that land. All right, that's a process that was probably 15 plus years in the making, or more.
Right.
Probably more.
Right.
Because he said he was cutting the hair in high school. I think he started.
Yeah,
fooling around with it.
yeah. for
So
sure.
it's just kind of like it looked like somebody could just pick you up. But it's so much more than just being able to put you in place to win, because the industry changing. It used to be like that before my time,
Right.
but now it's more of a you gotta have your stuff in line, and when you get everything in line, it's gonna be easier for me to walk you through that door. Because in the music industry, it costs to create an artist. You know, it costs to a good video 500 plus, 500 to ain't got no max. It could be 5,000.
Yeah, I
You know
remember
what I'm
Drake did
saying?
one for like 2
You know
million,
what I'm
man.
saying? A good I don't pay for studio time. Thank you, God. I found somebody in 2015, DJ Kell, and we just locked in. We built together, but he's 75 hours. You know, so that's 2 hours, 150, and you got to get 2 hours. So a 4 hour session, 300. It costs, and not only do it cost, bro. Like somebody like me, I don't want no handout. I want to grind. I want to grind because I want to be ready when my time comes.
Right.
I don't want to skip no steps.
Right.
And believe it or not, him still treating me how he treated me in high school, that's worth $1,000,000.
That's love, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't call him. He ain't picking up for everybody. He ain't calling everybody back when he can't answer. You know what I'm saying? So that's enough for me.
Yeah.
That's enough for
That's
me.
fire.
You know what I'm saying?
You still with 3ME?
Yeah, you know, I own that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
Job is still involved with it?
yeah, that's my brother for sure. That's my brother for life. But you know, he family man, family man,
Hey,
taking care
ain't
of the
nothing
family.
wrong with that.
But see, what's a blessing about me, bro? Like even just putting people in my mix a little bit. Even with last night, my partner's my bank when I need it. You know, I ain't got no backing. I ain't got no label. I'm not calling asking nobody for no big money because I enjoy the grind. I enjoy seeing what I could do.
Right.
And when I max out what I could do, I reach out.
Yeah.
You know, so like last night, you know, putting a show together with a live band, bro, it ain't for the weak. It ain't cheap. You gotta have your shit together. Just the sound
Yeah.
was 300. Just the sound.
Yeah.
That's nothing else. You know, and so last night at the end of the night, I got engineer partners. I got money partners. You know what I'm saying? So I hit them up. I called my blood brother first. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm calling everybody. Send me $20. Finish paying these people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I look at as a blessing. I could still call Job and get that $20. He one of them people I can call. Send me $20, man. Because when you doing the independent, bro, like, and I wish I would have knew it early. I try to do so much on my own, but it don't work like that. Especially not when you, like I say, everybody who I will ask, they know before I ask, I'm gonna max what I do out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all my brothers, them my labels, son. They don't walk around with no chains. They ain't at work repping no gang. But when they brother Lester, Joe Scott call and he needs something, you know, everybody want to see me win, and they know it's they just be 100% with it.
Hell yeah. So let's let's explain to the people where the name Joe Scott come from.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So all right, my great grandpa. I gotta get the years right. He was born in the mid 1800s. He died probably in the he probably died like in the 1940s, 50s, cause my papa knew him. But he might have been born 1870 something. His name was Joe Scott. They call him Papa Joe. And I got some land in Liberty, Mississippi. And he was able to get that land because the people he was a sharecropper for wasn't paying their property taxes. We got like 89, like 90 acres up there. And they was finding people who they could give it to,
Right.
and let them pay for it through working. So that's the original Joe Scott. And my daddy named Lester Joe Scott. That's who I'm named after. So Krazytrey actually one of the people who a lot of my family called me Lester Joe, but I met him in 6th grade, but he just gravitated to Lester Joe. So I first started off as just saying Joe, Lil Lester, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Joe Scott came probably like towards the end of high school. I just kind of started embracing it, bro, you know. And I just ran with it, and it rolled off your tongue. And it's kind of hard to just call me Joe. Like, people be like, what up, Joe Scott, babe?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just
So I remember having a conversation with somebody. I was like, man, I've been listening to this new cat out of Bacon named Joe Scott. They like, who? I'm like, man, dude with the Bacon play basketball. You talking about Lester?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, bro, Joe
Yeah.
Scott. Like, man, I know him as Lester.
Straight
His name
up.
Lester.
Real talk.
So I always wanted to ask you that, man. And that's dope. And so look, Lil Bro that came through.
Yeah.
Lil Bro, you the first person. And I'm saying this on air, I'm saying this on wax. I said wax because you're an artist, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying it now. Joe Scott, the first person to come through the Built by the Red Stick building and give us some merch, man. So this is a gift from the Brody, Joe Scott. It's called Break the Curse.
Yeah.
And so you said that is a brand,
Yeah.
your branding that you take us into that a little bit. Like, how did that get started? Nice socks too, man. The quality is crazy.
Yeah, nah, for
crazy.
Sure, for sure. I think I got some on right now.
Oh yeah, I promise you these going on.
And
With
I
a
know you a
picture.
sneaker guy, so
I'm
that's why,
telling you.
hey, I was like, I need to bring them some.
Man,
stuff.
I'm wearing these. I would have had them on today if you would have gave them to me
Sure.
before. Yeah, I'm rocking
Yeah,
these.
y'all. But man, Break the Curse. The first logo was Break the Curse on the front, and it had the Good Die Young on the back. I had the Good Die Young scratched out with I Will Not Die Young going in a circle. That was the first logo. But I made some remodeling. You know,
Yeah.
and so that's the brand. Break the Curse. Man, everybody got something that they need to change, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't gotta call it a curse, but everybody just got some ways they could change. Everybody got some stuff they want to do different. You know what I'm saying? So Break the Curse can mean whatever you want it to mean, bro. You know, I everything I do, I don't like to put a real definition on it because everybody's so different. I just like it to be kind of like a broad statement. But
Yeah.
BDC, man, and I spelt it. It's BREAKDE on some Louisiana shit. Like on some
Yeah.
shit. I'm really trying to make it on some designer shit. You know,
Man,
break
break the curse.
But yeah, and on the new shirts, the back of it say "Be your best in your darkest moments." So, man, you know, I got the hats, the shirts, the website. It's ready, but we ain't unlock it yet. You know, so I think it's gonna do really well for me. Big Steve, going back to him, a lot of people just telling me like, man, you know your merch cool, but we need something that we could wear out.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't really make that much money with the streaming no more. So you gotta kind of find your ways to. Once I get you in the building, paying this $25 at the door, I got some socks you can get for $15. I got this shirt you can get for $50. I got this hat you can get for $25. If you trying to get everything, we could put a lit package, lit bundle together.
You got the whole outfit.
Oh yeah,
Man, I'm definitely gonna have to get it. I'm all about. And this spoke volumes to me. You know what I mean? Because going through what I went through with the heroin addiction and the suicide attempts, man, my worst fear is that one of my kids suffer
up.
from that. You know what I mean? So everything that I'm doing now and the footwork that I'm putting in and pleasing God on a day-to-day basis is to hopefully break that curse so that, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to say, yeah, man, that's fire, bro.
Brick by
I
brick.
definitely appreciate that, bro. That's fire. So, man, what else Joe Scott got going on, bro? Because you just hit us with a lot.
Yeah.
You just hit us with a lot. You know, you got the name for your new album, but you ain't start working on it yet. You got your clothing line. I'm speaking it now. It's gonna be the top grossing clothing line in 2025.
Straight up.
Whenever it drop, it's gonna blow.
Yes, sir.
Because that's just the type of person you are. So what else Joe Scott got going on?
Really just trying to stay focused, bro. Grinding. I got a tour coming up, the Book of Joe Scott 2 tour. As of right now, we got like 6 or 7 dates. I know May 2nd or May 3rd. I'm sorry, May 2nd or May 3rd. I can't remember. I'm gonna be in Scotlandville with this group called Levy Amp.
Okay, I never heard of them.
Yeah, with my live band, they do a lot of stuff in the community. My partner Dexter Nicholas, he big in that.
I know him.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I know him.
he booking me, bro, and this the biggest check I'm getting for a show I done did yet. So I'm just enjoying the growth, bro.
Yeah.
And like when I be kind of getting like, man, God sent me like, keep going. Here you go. Here go a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
You know, keep going. So we got the tour coming up. We got like 2 or 3 stops in Baton Rouge. We working on the Houston show. We got Dallas. We got Orlando. I got I'm waiting on the Carolina people to hit me back. You know, I might go to Destin, Florida. I went there on my last tour, but the tour, trying to keep these shows rolling, just trying to and make it make sense, bro. You know, just keep spreading awareness of Joe Scott because I feel like he a generational artist, bro, and I'm just somebody who I feel like if you like rap music, I got something that you would like.
That he ain't not one lie told.
Straight up, you
Man,
know.
bro, I respect your grind, and I'm finna use this for an example, right? I respect your grind because you know, I know, and the audience know, all you gotta do is call Fredo and say, bro, I'm doing a tour, come do a show with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna sell out.
For sure.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But you ain't you like, man, I love you, bro. Like we friends, but like let me do this
I bet
over
he
here.
appreciate that. I know he appreciate
Yeah,
it, bro,
I
because, you know,
would.
yeah, I call you when I need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's so
You
commendable,
know,
bro.
you know, I call you when I need you.
Because a lot of the times now, man, we in that instant gratification world. You know, that's why songs are 1 minute and 30 seconds now instead of 4 and 5 minutes like they used to be.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? You getting 4s and 8s from artists now instead of like real 16s and all that.
talk.
So, man, bro, and it's so organic and so genuine that once you do blow, it's gonna sustain.
Bro,
It's gonna be sustainable.
This how I see it happening. This just one way I see it happening. And because when I was first getting into it, I used to always be like, it take 10 years to blow. This year going into year number 11. So and it's gradually just
Right.
on. You know, over one of my friends who we building us a good relationship, but I can call him a friend, Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
Man, Brandon Ingram cool now. You know, I done been to his crib before
B.I.
he got traded. Shout out B.I. You know, he one of the realest dudes I done came across in a long time, bro. He a different breed. You know, he a different breed. So man, it just be stuff like that, bro. Like my life far from normal. I'm just not a big on camera person, like. And TC, we was talking outside of Fredo house one time. He like, man, you know, you doing everything right, but you gotta show the people what you got going on a little more, cause you got it going.
Yeah.
They just don't know.
So you came and gave us a little sneak peek at Built by the Red Stick, bro. We
man.
appreciate
Hey,
that.
bro, it's a lot going on behind the scenes, but like you say, when it pop, it's gonna pop. I check my DM every day. I hate that everybody could get a blue check now.
Yeah.
Because I used to check my DM for them blue checks. You know, and I just feel like, you know, it's gonna come. It might be champagne popping in that bit. Like, hey, send me that open verse.
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Just
Talk
something
it.
like that.
You still manifest.
You know, still
talk
manifesting.
your talk, man.
So, you know, I'm just
talk, young king. So how can the people find you? Like, you know, where how can they get in touch with Joe Scott? How can they listen to Joe Scott music?
Okay, so look. The main place where I spend most of my time at communicating with fans on Instagram. That's I am Joe Scott, IAMJOESCOTT. My website, www.iamjoescott. That's how you can keep up with the merch, the shows. You can get on our email list. You can subscribe to get new releases. You know, stuff that ain't gonna never drop. I be looking for ideas. You know, it's kind of like the family. Call it the 3ME fam.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just $5 a month. And on Apple Music, search Joe Scott. It got this popular white dude. He like I don't even know what to call him, but he on YouTube. So if you search me on YouTube, you might have to dig a little bit.
Yeah, I know on Apple Music, you the only Joe Scott on
for
them.
sure. But Apple Music,
Yeah,
Spotify, whatever you listen to your music on, I encourage everybody to go listen to the Book of Joe Scott too. You know, I got my fan base a lot. It's 30 plus. I got a lot of mature men who listen to my music, and I feel like the reason why because they get that feel they used to get from the older albums.
That's real.
You know, so
that's real.
Go tap into the Book of Joe Scott too. It's powerful, bro.
Man, that's powerful, bro. Hey, and again, bro, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming to take this time on short notice.
That's
you know what I'm
love.
saying? You a busy man.
Love.
Man, I hit Lil Brody up 2 days before the shoot. He like, man, I'm there. Man,
Yes,
send me the Addy. I'm pulling up, man.
Blessed. I love this type of stuff.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, man. And so, if you could leave our people with one thing that you've learned in life, like just like you say, pop short and sweet. If you can leave our youngsters, you know, our youth with one thing, like what would it be?
Keep God first and keep stacking days on top of each other, bro.
There it is. I ain't gotta say nothing else, man. And y'all know this is the worst time for me, man. This is the time when I got to let you go. Again, if anybody out there is struggling with drug and alcohol abuse, mental health struggles, you don't feel normal, you not feeling like yourself, you don't know which way to go, like you just feeling off, please, please, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Ronnie Leduff on Facebook. My number's on my Facebook. You can reach out to the Built by the Red Stick Facebook page. DM us. I promise you we respond. If you on TikTok, you can DM the Built by the Red Stick page. I'm always willing. I'm always looking for the next person to help because I too was struggling from all three of those things. And by the grace of God, you know, I'm here to be with y'all. Just this past Sunday, April 13th, I just celebrated 6 years of sobriety. It was amazing. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. It's been an amazing journey. I want to say happy Easter to all of you beautiful people out there. And also celebrating today, I want to say a happy Good Friday to you. So I know you watching this episode because you off work right now and you tuned in to the great Joe Scott. We just appreciate everybody. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. Again, we want to keep my co-host, my bro, Mike Oakley, in our prayers. He'll be back with us soon. And then last but not least, our condolences again to the Lacey family from the Built by the Red Stick and Ray Media Group family, even the Joe Scott family. Excited for the things to come for you, Young King. I'm here for it. I'm definitely gonna catch one of them shows. You got keep me in post with the dates. And as always, my beautiful people, we'll be back at the same time, at the same place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, baby. Built by adversity, led by courage.
Get it.
Yes, sir.